darlings. Welcome to my sector of the universe. This is Jess from Capella Wellness, here to help you step into your truth and star into your power. For those of you who've never been here before, welcome. Hello to you. Thank you so much for being here. For those of you who are returning for another weekly, thank you again for coming back and for joining me for another weekly message. And for those who are my subscribers, I cannot thank you enough for your love, your loyalty, and your support. I am truly grateful for each and every one of you. If you would like a personal reading with me, all of that information is in the description box below. I wish you all a beautiful, transformational, empowering week. And I send you so much love and many, many blessings. With that being said, let's get into your reading. Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to weekly reading. How are you today? I hope you are doing wonderful. I hope your week's going well. I hope things are working out in your favor. And if they're not, Taurus, don't worry about it. Everything goes in cycles. All right. So I do send you many blessings and much, much love for you this week, and the weekend to come. Okay, Taurus, if you've never been here before, what we're going to do here is we're going to see what your overall theme is for the week, what you need to focus on and what you need to avoid for your spiritual growth, because that is what this is about, so you can align yourself and attract the many miracles and blessings God has waiting for you. Stick around to the end so you can see what other guidance Spirit has for you with regards to how to best navigate these energies. And we're going to look into what the new moon in Aquarius is bringing you, which occurs on January 31st or February 1st, depending on where you are at in the world. And then we're going to see, as we close this reading out, what is going on with your love situation. Okay, we are ready to go, Taurus. Let's see what your overall theme is for this week. Spirit guides and angels, galactic family, Pleiadians, Sirians. Thank you. Before I even finish, here we go. We have harmony resolution. Okay, as usual, guys, I get two groups with these. You know where you fall. All right, take what resonates, leave what doesn't for somebody else, and be honest with yourself. Keep your unhealthy ego in check. So we've got a couple of things here. Harmony resolution. Either there's some reconciliation with you and somebody else. You're reconciling with your past, even what's happened in your childhood, past events, whatever that kind of caused trauma or something. Or this is about you needing more peace in your life. Okay. There may be a conflict surrounding you, Taurus. I'm seeing 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. There's an energy here where you need to get to a state of peace where you need to stop allowing others to strip you of your integrity and your power, and to stop allowing others to destroy your inner peace, right? We have the power to walk away from situations that no longer serve us. And sometimes we have to bite our tongue, is what I just heard. And when we do that, we feel a lot more calm. We feel a lot more balanced, right? We don't want to be in these unpleasant energies of being angry and bitter and resentful. So with this energy here, some of you need to walk away from things that don't serve you, especially if you're dealing with a lot of conflict or hostilities, whether it's with coworkers, it's a certain job that you know that you need to leave, where it's toxic. I'm seeing the devil energy here. Releasing attachments to things. Either you or somebody needs to release attachment of feeling the need to be right all the time. It's kind of like, I have to win the argument. I have to win the battle all the time. Choose your battles, Taurus. You don't have to win everything. Okay? There are some battles worth fighting for, and others that you just need to leave alone and pretty much let God handle it. Okay? Remember, this is for some of you, not for all of you. So, and if you know you got to stand down from something, Taurus, your gut's really pushing you towards that. This is the best time to do it. Okay. And whatever you're dealing with, okay, whatever conflicts you're dealing with, just know there's a lesson to be learned with this. The most challenging people, the most challenging situations are what teach us the most about ourselves, about how we can become better, what it is that we need to work on, because relationships of all kinds reflect our wounds. And until we start realizing that, we start to say, okay, wait a minute. I need to stop doing this, or I need to start leveling up and start working on this and start healing that and start to learn how to stand up for myself even. It's kind of like 7 of Wands, 9 of Wands energy. Like, don't put up so many barriers, but and pretend that everything's okay, but know when to speak up for yourself. Speak your truth. It's like the King of Swords, or even like the Queen of Swords even. Sometimes you got to be a little bit blunt, but speak your truth, but from a place of love, okay? Respond rather than react. Because when you learn how to respond to things out of love and in a much more coming from a higher place of love, you find way more peace in your life. And you say, you know what? I'm going to let that blow over. I'm going to respond in a more positive way. It's kind of like asking your higher self, what would your higher self do? What would Jesus do, type of thing, right? And when you are able to make those decisions, watch how your life changes and watch how your interaction with other people starts to shift. You stop attracting hostile people. You stop attracting people who try to come after you, who try to win an argument, or who try to take advantage of you, type of energy, right? It's kind of like you got to get in that boat and move away towards your happiness, towards your bliss, towards peace, and that's the 6 of Swords. Temperance card, right? Get in the boat, move away from the 5 of Swords. You learn lessons from that conflict, from that challenge. And it helps you to become the better version of yourself. It helps you to become more in alignment with your higher self. So whatever this is, you know you need to move away from something that is just not serving you. Any conflicts, give it to God. If somebody's seeking justice here, that's not our department. That's God's doing here. Vengeance, seeking justice. When we do that, we are trying to force things to happen. And when you think you're going to get what you were hoping for, you never do. That's why you have to allow God to take over and just let God handle the situation. God knows what's going on, Taurus. He sees everything. And if somebody's being unfair to you, unjust here, sometimes, again, you have to choose your battles. Say, you know what? I'm going to let God handle this. I'm going to stay in my peace. I'm going to take the high road. Because I'm going to come from a place of love. I'm not going to come from a place of hate, anger, bitterness, vengeance, none of that. That's dark energy. We don't want to surround ourselves with dark energy. And that helps us to really build strength and resilience. And it helps us to see when we might encounter other challenges and conflicts. It helps us to be more at peace with ourselves. And then your whole environment changes, and it's just like, this feels really good. We all want to feel good. We all deserve to feel good. But if we get into situations where it makes us feel like crap, you don't want to be in those energies. And then what also happens, it's a ripple effect, because it attracts more of that crap. And then it stops blocking the blessings that are meant to come your way, because they're not in alignment. Of course, dark energy is not in alignment with light energy. You want to be more at peace, you got to be more at peace. You want to be happier, you have to be the one to find that happiness within yourself. So whatever this conflict is, Taurus, just let it go. Surrender to God. Hangman. 8 of Cups. Walk away. Okay? There's something better here. For others of you, they want me to go to the bottom of the deck because I channeled so much out of that card. Here's vulnerability and freedom. Some of you really need to be honest with yourselves about something. The truth will set you free. I talked about peace and freedom, right? Maybe you were vulnerable with somebody and they came at you in a way that was unexpected and that caused some conflict. But you know what? When that happens, and I've experienced this with my divine counterpart, they have battles that they're dealing with, which was why they come out that way. Or maybe it's you, Taurus, or you feel like you have this guarded heart, where you're putting up walls and barriers, right? Boundaries. Nine of Wands. Maybe even Four of Pentacles, where you're guarding your heart. You want anybody to get in, or you're dealing with somebody like that, and they're afraid to be vulnerable, or you have this thing with being vulnerable because you were burned before, you were knocked down before, maybe multiple times. Yet it's keeping you from really not only expressing your true self, but from being free. Because it's almost like you are trapping yourself in your own self-imposed prison here when you do that, when you're afraid to be vulnerable. And I will say, like, the times that I was vulnerable with people, and sometimes I was ridiculed or I was attacked or something like that, that's their issue. It's not mine, right? So then what I do is, it's like I give it to God. I'm like, you know what? Well, I'm being honest with myself. I'm not holding everything in. You don't have to be ashamed of your sensitivities and look at it as a weakness. You shouldn't be ashamed of expressing your true self and your true feelings and letting your heart pour out to somebody for fear of retribution, retaliation. No. If people do that to us, yes, it does cause conflict. That is on them, not on you, Taurus. But here's the other thing. You cannot be overly sensitive where every little thing starts to affect your energies, right? You got to find a balance with that. Again, know when to choose your battles, know when to walk away. Know what battles that you should be engaging in and which ones you should walk away from. And like for me, when I talk about vulnerable things about myself, sometimes I have a little bit of have reservations about it, because it's like, well, this is kind of like a dark place that I was in, or something that was embarrassing, or something that was, people might look down. Oh, wow, Jess really went through that or had that problem or whatever. But here's the thing. We're human and we all go through stuff. We all make mistakes. We all do stupid things. But when I do this type of work, if I cannot be vulnerable, I'm not being honest with myself, because my vulnerability is actually a strength of mine. So is my sensitivity to people and to things. But again, I have to have that balance. I cannot be overly sensitive. And when I'm vulnerable with people, when I'm talking in my readings, it's actually helping others with their journeys, because then they can resonate with what I'm saying and say, well, Jess went through this too. Well, then if she overcame it, or she was able to battle this successfully, overcome this successfully, I can do the same thing. And sometimes that vulnerability, that sensitivity about ourselves ends up being more of a gift, of a blessing than a curse. So don't think it's a curse, Taurus. It's not. You have to understand that you are this divine being. It's like with the Star card. It gives you more of a sense of freedom. When you learn how to express your emotions, and you are not keeping yourself shackled to that idea of it being a weakness. And again, you've been burned before when you were like this. It's a lesson for you to be stronger and to not give in to that fear of pouring your heart out to somebody or expressing your true self. And maybe even having compassion and empathy for people. Maybe some of you are huge empaths here. The truth always sets you free. You being your authentic self sets you free. You won't have a sense of freedom if you guard your heart and you put up barriers and you pretend that everything is okay, and you're afraid for people to stomp on your heart and tear it up to pieces because it's done before. It's been done before. This is the opportunity for you to have more peace with yourself. When you stand down from these conflicts and you say, you know what, no more of this. Enough is enough. You can't attack me anymore just because I am expressing who I am, that type of thing. And I feel like I have the need to be vulnerable. It builds up strength and resilience, like I was saying. When you are guarded and you are trapping yourself, there is no sense of freedom, period. Until you understand that being honest with yourself and others is not a bad thing. Being sensitive is not a bad thing. And if people can't handle that, they probably shouldn't be in your circle. We're all divine beings. We all have some sort of sensitivities. It's part of who we are. And some of us are more sensitive than others. You might have Pisces in your chart. Very strong Pisces in your chart. Okay? Don't be ashamed of that. It's part of who you are. But whatever conflict you see yourself in, stand down, hold your station. Know when to walk away. And know that no one can take your power. No one can destroy your inner peace. It's up to you and you alone. You have that choice. Others of you who are reconciling with somebody, I'm seeing Temperance again, and I'm seeing the High Priestess. Those energies of the major arcana are coming in to bring peace, balance, and harmony to a disharmonious situation between two people, is what I'm hearing. I'm also seeing Two of Cups, where somebody's making amends with somebody, and there's going to be a truce here. Conflict and resolution along with the Six of Swords. All right? So it looks like either you or somebody, Taurus, you need to let those walls come down that have been guarding your heart. You know what I keep hearing, and I said this in 2 of the fire sign readings. I know I said in Sagittarius's reading. I think it was Aries' reading too. The song by Metallica, Nothing Else Matters. Some of you need to listen to that song. If you're not a Metallica fan, you don't listen to that, that's fine. If you want to listen to a different version, I highly recommend listening to Lucy Silvas's version of Nothing Else Matters. It's a beautiful rendition of the Metallica song. And for me, I prefer it because I'm more of a classical music person. It's Lucy Silvas, Silvas, if you're interested. But here's the thing, Taurus. Spirit really wants you to look up the lyrics. Not just listen to the song, either version. You can listen to both versions if you want to, but pay attention to the lyrics. That's really going to help you understand what you need to do here. What you're being guided to do, because I can't force you to do anything. Lars Ulrich and I think it's James. His last name begins with H. I forgot the other guy's name, but I know one of the writers was Lars. They were talking about how they were dealing a lot. I think it was with being out in the road or something. And it's like they were pretending to be someone that they weren't. And they started to realize that they were trapping themselves because they couldn't be honest with themselves. And if you can't be honest with yourself, you can't be honest with others. And what happens? That creates an environment of dishonesty that does not attract harmonious, successful relationships at all, or environments or situations. So they realized that they had to not be afraid of being true to themselves and expressing what their heart felt. And even though the lyrics are so simple, they're so very powerful because so many of us get caught up in not being authentic and trying to guard ourselves to prevent ourselves from being our true selves and not to express who we really are. That's not what we're here to do. It makes things a lot worse for us. So somebody here, it's time for you to be vulnerable with someone. I see the Knight of Cups with this. Queen of Cups. Let your heart on your sleeve. But you're not going to be so afraid of being attacked again, because some of you have learned not to let that get to you. I keep hearing the truth will set you free. I keep hearing it. So somebody here needs to express their truth. Express their true feelings and be authentic with themselves and others. This is going to bring a lot more peace to your life, or it's going to resolve a conflict with somebody, some issue that you've had with someone, maybe for a long time. And you are really being guided right now to step up your game. That's for those of you who need to make amends with somebody. I'm hearing like a compromise, a truce, like I said. Others of you need to stand down from a conflict and let God handle it. I'm hearing walk away from it again. So you know where you're at, Taurus. You know which one is your story. Let's see what you need to focus on for this week. What does Taurus need to focus on for this week? Spirit guides and angels, please and thank you. There we go. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. Taurus, you have the best card in the deck. The happiest card in the deck. You need to focus on expressing your truth. This is all truth right here. Honesty. Shining your light. Innocence and purity with the energy of the child. See things through the eyes of a child. The divinity in someone. Okay? Everyone's got this, the divine child within them. And some of them, it is distorted. Okay? Some of them need to heal that. This could also be an indication that some of you need to do some inner child healing here. With regards to, with these conflicts and having people kind of, destroy your inner peace type of thing. The vulnerability, the freedom, the wounds, right? As kids, we're not afraid to say things, usually. Kids tend to say whatever they want, right? They will express their feelings. They're not afraid to do that. And then as we get older, what happens? We're afraid because people look at us a different way. Or we start to try to conform to society because it's like, oh, you can't be sensitive. If you tell too much about yourself, people are going to step all over you, or people are going to laugh at you type of thing, right? We lose that sense of innocence as we get older. It's like Six of Cups, and that childlike energy about us just tends to go away, and then we start blocking ourselves. Like, I can't really be honest. I can't express myself the way that I used to. I can't be in tune with my inner child. Because what happens? The adulting mindset sets in. We have to learn how to be playful and to be optimistic and to have fun in life. This is also about us being in our truth here. Because it shines light on so many things. And it brings us a sense of freedom. There's a sense of freedom with this child on this horse here. This child's not afraid to fall off the horse. The child doesn't even have any clothes on. It's kind of like vulnerability, that being naked and not being afraid of being naked. Obviously, that's not literal. Okay? Vulnerability right there. And this child has his or her arms wide open. It's like that Creed song, with arms wide open. Maybe that's a song you need to listen to too. See how the freedom, how free this child looks. The child doesn't care that there's no saddle, there are no stirrups, there are no reins, okay? The child knows, I'm pretty sure knows that it's naked. Could be a girl, because it's got like a wreath of flowers on her head. But it doesn't matter. When you stand in your truth and you are following the path of truth, this is the light of God for me. When you're following that light, it gives you that sense of freedom. You feel completely open to the world and you're not afraid to be vulnerable because you know God is always there and God is speaking through you. God is within you already. So some of you really need to look at things from a different perspective and look at the divinity of others. And again, that childlike innocence in other people. And remain optimistic about things. And again, be more playful, be more lighthearted. That vitality, that solar plexus chakra. Some of you need to actually heal your solar plexus. I would highly recommend listening to solar plexus solfeggio frequencies in your sleep to help with this for at least a couple of weeks. But you got to be in your truth here. And understand that when you speak your truth and you are following your path of truth, you're always going to be led on that path of light. Because that is God's truth for you. And for those of you who know you need to speak to somebody, I'm hearing having heart-to-heart conversations with someone. You know you need to talk to someone about something to resolve a conflict, to resolve an issue. Somebody here, like, took advantage of somebody else's kindness. Every time somebody would be vulnerable with you or you were vulnerable with them, they came back at you and said like these words in such a way that were harmful. They were hurtful. And now somebody needs to rectify the situation and say, you know what? I got to speak my truth here. I got to be vulnerable. I'm not going to give in to the darkness anymore. And I have to offer peace. Again, a truce, conflict of resolution. So for those of you who know either you or somebody needs to speak your truth here, it's going to be successful. It's going to lead to a new prosperous beginning. Because now that you've spoken your truth, Taurus, you are going to live the rest of your life in that truth. You're no longer going to see vulnerability and sensitivity as a curse. You're going to see it as a big blessing. Because the light of God, the light of truth is where this sunshine comes from, where new beginnings come from, where things grow. Okay? So if you're doubting this, know that this is the best card in the deck. It's going to work out in your favor. You know you have to speak your truth here, Taurus. There's the Crusader of Healing and the one who knows he needs to make amends and resolve some conflicts here. You got to do the right thing. Bringing justice, but more of like bringing peace and balance to things. You have the Sword of Excalibur in your hand. That's truth. There's truth all over this reading, Taurus. You're really being called to follow that path of truth. And not being afraid to follow that path. And whoever needs to communicate that truth, You better stay focused on that, because maybe you've been contemplating this for a while. You cannot have any reservations about this. So there's some need, there's sense of urgency here with this Knight of Swords. This is a really fast moving energy. This is the fastest card in the entire tarot. It's like Spirit is saying you got to get on this, Taurus. It's kind of like you've been Knight of Pentacles. Maybe you've been on this horse. You've been taking your time. You've been trying to perfect something. Maybe you're trying to perfect what you're going to say, because you're really going to be vulnerable. Maybe you're getting ready to do this and you have like written out so many things, or practiced in your mind, or said it aloud to yourself in the mirror so many times as to what you're going to say, how you're going to say it. And you've been taking your time and you're rewriting something, or you're perfecting something, adding more detail, removing detail, whatever this is. And then all of a sudden, God says, Taurus, it's time for you to go. It's like God sends a lightning bolt to this horse's ass, and then it gets your horse going, okay? That's what I'm seeing in my mind's eye, okay? And then all of a sudden you get, again, that solar plexus energy, that vitality, that life force, that power. It's that light that comes in. The lightning bolt. This is light. There's lightning in here somewhere, I think. Or this, again, lightning is fast energy, right? Quick movement. And then all of a sudden God's like, okay, Taurus, it's time for you to go. It's like getting the green light. It's time for you to go and speak your truth. You need to bring peace and harmony to this solution, to this conflict. Again, conflict of resolution here. Don't lose focus. Stay gung-ho. This is the go-getter energy. It's like, I'm going to come do this. I'm doing this. Come hell or high water. I'm not going to allow anyone or anything to get in my way. You are blazing through this to save the day, maybe, or to like finally bring healing to the situation, because this is healing. Healing needs to be brought to this situation, period, Taurus. And there's, again, the sense of urgency. It's like God is asking you to really get a move on here. It's time to go, Taurus, is what I just heard. It's like the knights in shining armor, right? They're very chivalrous. They're very honorable people. This is the willful and aggressive of all the knights. This person does things with a lot of honor. He knows that he has to do the right thing. It's like fighting for the king and the queen. He's not worried about dying. He's not worried about losing. He's not worried about, something bad happening. He's so focused because he's being driven by God's light, by the divine inspiration, divine guidance, and he's taking off. And he's like, God says, go forth and conquer, Taurus, and Taurus goes to conquer whatever this is. And this is about making amends, doing the right thing, because the knight knows he has the sword of truth in his hands. He knows that he has to come clean, that he has to express what he needs to say. And this is fast energy. So Taurus, if somebody's coming towards you with this is going to come out of nowhere. This whole thing, this message or whatever's happening, it's going to bring a lot of clarity to what has been going on between you two, or whatever the situation is. Things are going to be illuminated here. And this communication, whatever this is, this person is coming in super fast. It's going to be like lightning. It's going to hit you like lightning, especially with what this person's going to say. And it's coming out of nowhere. It's blazing fast is what I just heard. It's also going to bring sudden, drastic life changes when this truth comes in. I'm hearing it's going to change the game for a lot of you. Look what's after that. See what I was saying with the Nine of Wands? Somebody, you got to keep going. You really got to get on this. It's like you've been tired and weary. It's like, I can't have this guarded heart anymore. I can't put up these barriers. It's like the same thing I was talking about earlier. You got to let the walls come down. But of course, you do have to set boundaries, but it doesn't mean that you have to be completely guarded here. Again, choosing your battles. Know when to set the boundaries, know when you don't need to. But for this person who's coming in to speak the truth, it's like, don't give up hope. Keep going. Maybe there are a little bit of reservations coming clean with somebody, resolving a conflict, and it's like, I'm not sure. Can I do this? And they're saying yes with this energy. Now you just take off. I can do this. I don't have to be watching my back all the time anymore. I don't have to be wondering what's going to happen, who's going to come out of nowhere. It's like somebody went through a lot of battles already, but it built strength, stamina, and endurance and true grit. And now this person's ready. Okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Eight of Swords. See things from a higher perspective. Don't give in to that paralyzing fear because you're not stuck. You're not tied up. I talked about self-imposed prison, right? It's kind of a mental prison. Don't stay in that. You got all these swords around you. You don't have to be in this type of situation, Taurus. There's something you're not seeing. Take the blindfold off. You have to face reality. Don't doubt the situation. Don't be all up in your head about it. Don't overthink this. All right, let's see what you need to avoid for this week. What does Taurus need to avoid for this week? Spirit guides and angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Syrians, please and thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Well, if we didn't talk about illusions, we have the illusion card. We have the Seven of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. Okay? I was talking about pouring your heart out, right? That's it right there. Pouring out your emotions, Ace of Cups. All right, Taurus, we've got Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck now. Now we went from the Knight of Swords at the bottom to the Page. Don't go back to the Page is what I heard. There's something here that you got to level up with not, you know, coming from a place of like inexperience or something, and it'd be like, be a little bit puerile or childish with regards to communication. Because maybe before you communicated in a way that really wasn't helpful, beneficial. You didn't really speak your truth fully. Or this is your person. Remember, take what resonates. So there's something here where there was an issue with communication before with someone, and it did cause conflict. There were challenges here. This is challenges. And again, with the swords here, and swords are talking about challenges too, right? But there's a sense of you no longer either playing mind games or being guarded, right? This is being guarded. You can only guard yourself so much from things, Taurus. And if you're expecting true love in your life to come in, if you can't release the past with what happened previously in your love situations, or even just relationships in general, like bad friendships or something, or coworkers who jacked you up or gossiped about you or whatever, if you can't be at peace with that and just release that and let God handle that, or help you to clear whatever this is that placed your heart in a prison, I'm seeing something where your heart is being encased in walls made out of titanium or something. And you've got freaking tripwire and alarms all over the place. If people who've done you wrong and who've broken your heart have placed your heart in that type of environment, how in the heck is this going to come in if you can't heal from that, Taurus? There's no way. There's, like I said, with what I've learned, with learning to be vulnerable and not being afraid of that, because I know that I'm not going to allow anyone to destroy my heart again, to hurt it. I know better now. So for some of you, you have to stop being so guarded, because if you really want this love of a lifetime to come in, you want to experience true love, you can't have a guarded heart. You can't guard yourself from the truth either. You have to speak it with honesty and clarity. You know that communicating in a truthful way is important. As I said with the lyrics from Nothing Else Matters, pay attention to that. It talks all about that, with speaking your mind and not being afraid to do so. So don't continue to be guarded and to avoid the truth here, Taurus. And if you were playing mind games with someone, if you were, trying to manipulate somebody, especially mentally or something like that, and you weren't being honest with your true feelings, it's really time for you to come clean. You're never going to be at peace with yourself until you come clean. And with this guarded heart that you had because you've been burned so many times, or you were burned badly one time, that needs to be healed. And if you've already healed that, and you know this is the next step to communicate with somebody, you're being asked to do so. You're going to complete healing with somebody. It's really going to bring truth and freedom and clarity to things. New beginnings, right? Starting over. You have to speak your truth. This is not speaking your truth. And maybe before, somebody you were dealing with, you never had anything to say. Maybe somebody was asking you questions, or they were telling you things. Again, they were being vulnerable with you, and you didn't say anything. Like, you didn't communicate back because you were so guarded. You were holding back your truth, Taurus. That doesn't do anybody any good. Okay? There's something about social media or spying. Either you or your person, Taurus, has been doing a lot of that, observing. This is also about watching your thoughts. And be careful with what you say. Either you, Taurus, or your person, they've been really watching you. Or Taurus, if you've been watching somebody a lot, for whatever reason, they're really asking you to kind of stop the spying or the observing of somebody else. Okay, 10 of Wands, kind of put an end to it. It's causing a lot of stress. It's burdening you. If you are the one who's been doing this, Taurus, it's not going to do any good. If you want to resolve a conflict with somebody, you need to say something. If you saw something that contradicts what they told you, you need to say something. That's it. It's all about truth here. It's all about truth, okay? You're going to feel so relieved when you speak your truth here. Taurus. Completion. Somebody here has been holding in their feelings and their truth for a very long time. And why do I say a very long time? Because it's the 10 of Wands. You've picked up one wand along the way. This is a long journey that's about to end when you drop the wands. You will pick up pace. You will move faster. Like, you'll go from 10 of Wands, slow energy in a sense, even though it's wands, but this guy's having a hard time pushing forward, right? He's carrying too much weight. He drops that, and then the Knight of Swords energy kicks in, right? This is kind of like, for some of you, what needs to be done here. But somebody has been overcome with stress and burden. It's been weighing heavy on you, Taurus, because you haven't said anything. You've kept it in for too long. Somebody here, 10 years, it's very possible, or close to that. Somebody's kept in their feelings, expressing how they really feel. Somebody has a lot of deep love for you, Taurus, or Taurus, it's you. And you've been watching this person. And you actually see that this person is not who you thought they were. It was an illusion. You thought this person was bamboozling you because maybe this person expressed their love for you. They told you their feelings. They poured their heart out to you, and you had no idea how to respond to that. And again, it had to do with inner child healing. Maybe as a child, you were told to repress your emotions, that you weren't allowed to speak your truth, that you weren't allowed to be sensitive, especially if you're a male, Taurus. And that's been a huge issue with the males, where they're not allowed to cry. They're not allowed to express how they truly feel, to be in tune with their feminine side. That's bullcrap. That's what causes a lot of these males to kind of like their masculine side just goes through the roof, and all of these lower vibrational energies start to take over. And I won't get into that because there's a whole bunch of other things that come with that. So there's some childhood trauma here, like I talked about, that caused this individual to not be expressive with how they feel, not being vulnerable. Sensitivity, it's water energy. Okay? There's the peace, the dove right there. When you reveal your truth, Taurus, you express your heart's emotions, how you truly feel. You're going to feel a sense of peace, the freedom here. The truth will set you free, and you will feel more renewed and rejuvenated. You will feel peace. This is purification here. There will be a huge cleansing that will flow through your body, and you will feel so much better. And what happens? This drops. The 10 of Wands just goes away. Because you finally stopped holding in what you've been wanting to say for a long time. You've observed this person enough. You saw, oh, you know what? This person is what my gut was telling me that they were. It's not who I thought they were. You probably thought that they were playing mind games with you, that they were tricking you, or they were saying things in such a way, or maybe you thought that they were pretending to be honest with you to get something out of them. Something like that. Maybe that's what you thought, and you got caught up in that. You had clouded judgment because you were assuming something of someone. You know what cup to choose. Taurus. I almost said Pisces. Somebody's got Pisces in their chart. Pisces, sun, moon, or rising. I don't know. You know what cup to choose this time around, Taurus. You know that you cannot procrastinate anymore on this and be disillusioned thinking that it's going to backfire on you when your intuition already knows that it's time for you to speak up. You have a lot to say to this person, and you know you need to make amends with somebody. Some of you, others of you, you got to do some self-reflection. Focus on self-love and healing from challenging information, challenging individuals, who tend to continue to engage in conflict with you, continue to play mind games, right? People who don't speak their truth. It's causing a lot of burden. All right? You got to let that go. You got to let these people go and start really focusing on your healing, self-love. Start looking within and seeing what is really important in your life here. Do I want to continue to be burdened by conflicts and challenges and people who are dishonest, okay? Who aren't authentic? No. You're going to focus on finding your own peace right here. You're not going to get caught up in these illusions anymore. Because you're now going to choose the Ace of Cups. You're not going to choose any of these. All right? Holy cow. Channeling is crazy today. All right. Where are we? Sun card. Oh. Spirit. They're like, Jess, hold on. There's something else you're missing. The person who's coming in with the truth to resolve this conflict, right? These are new beginnings, okay? When you speak your truth, there's clarity, illumination. Things are brought to light. Here comes the new love here. When you're standing in your truth, Taurus, and you speak your truth, and you're not afraid anymore, okay? Because the sun is also about no more fear-based anything. You're not afraid to express your truth. You're not questioning God anymore. You're so healed. You know what the truth of God is that you're not afraid to express it. God blesses you with this true love because now you have learned a lot about yourself, about what true unconditional love is, and about speaking your truth and being in your truth is all that matters here. And now God is going to bless you. The new beginning and love, and this is going to be love of the highest form. True unconditional love. This is the love of a lifetime, okay? It's been a dream of yours. A lot of dreams are coming true here, and you're going to feel so relieved that this whole time that you were holding back was for nothing. You didn't have to hold back. Again, a sense of relief. You're going to be so relieved. The truth sets you free, as I said. When this comes out, Taurus, God says, okay, Taurus, you finally did it. Here's your gift. I'm now giving you the gift of the highest love of all, which is the love of a lifetime. It's true love here. True unconditional love. And this is a love where there's always going to be truth between you two. Even if there might be a little conflict in the future, you guys are going to know how to speak to each other honestly, and with integrity. And there's still going to be love surrounding the both of you. Okay? So yeah, there's communication coming in. There's like a letter of some sort, perhaps. Text, phone call. But I think it's something written. Because we saw the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords here. Alrighty. The Sun card. Sun and the Ace of Cups. No, the Sun first. Can you please clarify the Sun? Spirit guides and angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Sirians. Why am I seeing the Sun again? Whoa. That was an interesting flip. Wow. No wonder they wanted this to come out this way. Look what's here. Virgo energy. Getting out of hermit mode. The Hermit in the reverse. Okay. See? I said somebody cannot hold back anymore. You've already gone through your journey, Taurus. You've done the healing here. You're now ready to actually continue following that destiny. Part of that destiny is you coming clean, with you revealing the truth here, expressing your emotions. You cannot give in to paranoia, Taurus. Do not worry about this. Don't freak out. It's like, don't be afraid. I'm hearing, don't be afraid to leave your house. I don't know why that came through. Maybe with the Knight of Swords energy, you are being told that you can't hide behind closed doors anymore, and you can't just... There's somebody here that you're being told by God that you can't... It's like you have to come to the person's house or something, or you have to meet up with them face to face to speak the truth. That's what I just heard. Okay. You can't be antisocial anymore. You cannot stay in hermit mode. You can't be afraid to go out there and be paralyzed by fear. That's the Eight of Swords that we saw at the top of the deck, right? You can't restrict yourself from what is destined for you, Taurus. You cannot be afraid of the truth any longer. And look what shows up. It's the Justice card. Libra. See, with relationships here. Could be with the Venus retrograde. Venus is going direct on January 29th. So maybe the truth's going to be coming out around that time. And then Mercury goes direct right after that, which is like February 4th. And then the new moon in Aquarius occurs February 1st. Oh, yeah, a lot of truths are going to be revealed. There's going to be a lot of light shed to a lot of darkness. There's illumination of a lot of things. And it's not just happening for you, Taurus. It's happening for a lot of people. But for you, mainly Taurus, apparently, because I haven't gotten this anybody else's reading yet. And I've already done 6 of the signs. So it looks like it's more prominent for you guys for whatever reason. Oh, probably because Venus rules Taurus. Okay. That's what I'm getting. But yeah, you can't, you don't want to be lonely anymore. Some of you have been by yourselves for a long time. I'm also hearing very celibate for a long time. I don't know where that came from. It's time for you to get out of hermit mode. You've really gone through the hermit journey and really learned from your life's experiences about, again, you need to live your life of truth. It's that freaking Metallica song again, with Nothing Else Matters. You have to listen to those lyrics or read them if you don't know about that song, okay? You can't stay behind closed doors anymore, Taurus. It's time for you to come forward with the truth. It's going to work out in your favor because we have the Justice card. I said that already. With the Sun now and the Justice card, the Ace of Cups, it's a blessing here, Taurus. It's going to work out in your favor. There's nothing to fear here. You're going to reap your karmic rewards. This is part of your karmic lesson that you need to speak your truth. Again, with air energy, with the truth, with swords here. You've learned your lesson, Taurus, about understanding that you have to not be afraid of who you are and expressing yourselves. Even if somebody did you wrong by doing that, it doesn't matter because those people have issues that they have to deal with. Learning about when to set those boundaries and not being so guarded all the time because of what was done in the past. Okay, you've really learned your karmic lessons with regards to truth, especially with expressing yourself in relationships and not being afraid of doing that. So don't stay behind closed doors anymore, Taurus. Speaking your truth is going to work out in your favor. You need to make amends. You need to do the right thing. And you know it. This is a major arcana. This is a huge thing for you because you've never done this probably in your life, is what I'm being told. You may have lived a life of dishonesty and being dishonest with yourself, which is why you attracted dishonest people and unpleasant relationships and situations. It's the law of attraction. And a lot of you This is something huge for you because you are now going to fully express who you are and not being afraid of it. And especially if you were dealing with somebody in a relationship where you messed it up and you weren't expressing yourself truthfully, and that person probably walked away from you because they knew that you weren't being honest with them and that you didn't say the truth and they walked away. This is a huge thing for you because you may have never had people walk away from you. You walked away from them. And you kept avoiding the truth and you kept getting away with it. And the karma got you in the ass. And now it's like, okay, Taurus, this is your opportunity. The last life lesson I'm being told to bring balance to the situation and do what is right, to bring justice to the situation. God is actually making you do this. You know you need to come clean, but know that everything is working out in your favor. This is part of your karmic debt that you have to finish paying off. All right? Yep. Star card. See what I say? Star card underneath the healing. This is your destiny to do this. It's part of your lesson to learn. This is fated. Whoever you're making amends with here, Taurus, this is your destiny to do this. Again, it's part of the soul contract. It's part of the lesson here. Everything's going to work out fine. The stars have now aligned for you to finally come through with the truth. All right, let's see why the Ace of Cups, the Seven of Cups, and the Ten of Wands are there. I forgot what the third card was. Oh my goodness. Look what comes up. Oh, wow, Taurus. We have the Ten of Cups, and look what's at the bottom of the deck. It's the Ten of Pentacles. We have how many tens now? We have almost all the 10 cards, with the exception of the Ten of Swords. 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. See? You speak your truth. It brings peace, balance, and harmony in the relationship. No more inauthentic relationships. No more inauthenticity. No more lies. No more mind games. No more all of that stuff. This is the highest form of love of all, which is what I was saying. And look, guys, as I said, you speak your truth. Look what you were blessed with. Not only do you get the Ace of Cups, but you get the Ten of Cups. But again, remember, self-love is important. You have to be honest with yourself and be truthful and love yourself for who you are, for being sensitive, for being vulnerable, for being whatever this is. You find your Ace of Cups. You get to the 9, which attracts the 10. This is the highest form of love of all. We have it here twice. Here's the blessing that you get for being your true self, Taurus, and for being honest with others. Not only with yourself, but with others. And always coming from a place of divine light, divine truth, divine love, and never being afraid to be who you are. Forever trusting who we are because nothing else matters. It's in the Metallica song lyrics. And it brings the Ten of Cups too. I mean, the Ten of Pentacles. A long-lasting, harmonious, balanced relationship that has longevity. It has stability, security. There's something financial here where, I mean, this is having it all times 2, Taurus. We've got 3 tens, endings and new beginnings. Your life is going to be completely different with the 10. I mean, the Sun card here. It's a beautiful reading, Taurus. The truth not only sets you free, but it brings you this. This is beautiful. It's amazing. It's having everything you could ever dream of. The dreams here with the Seven of Cups right here. Okay? Many dreams coming true here. A true love that is harmonious and stable. It's in idyllic peace. Maybe you're blending families with somebody. You're going to create a family of your own, building a family legacy with this person, however this resonates for you. But it starts with the truth. You have to be living your truth all day, every day, and not being afraid of that or expressing it. And if you're dealing with inauthentic relationships, which is the shadow side of this card, that's what I was talking about. Dealing with people, the Page of Swords, who are dishonest with you, who are even gossipy, okay? Who can't be, they can't tell the truth. Nope. That's not a harmonious relationship. You have to be honest and authentic here with yourself first if you want to have successful, harmonious relationships, period. It's what I kept saying. If you're dealing with people like that and dealing with the relationships where there's no truth at all, you got to cut those out. That's going to bring a lot more peace in your life, okay? There's something here with ancestral patterns. Maybe you find yourself in inauthentic relationships, Taurus, because it's been passed on from generation to generation. You probably don't know this. It's happened with me in my situations. So you got to stop the pattern. You're being asked to stop the pattern here. All right. Let's see what other guidance Spirit has for you. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Sirians, please reveal to us for highest good. What other guidance do we have for Taurus? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Connecting with the living water. The sea belongs to him, for he made it. His hands formed the dry land too. Book of Psalm, chapter 95, verse 5. If you feel compelled to look up this Bible verse, Spirit is highly recommending you do so because there are additional important information. There's additional information that you need to know with this Bible verse. So some of you, this is literally meaning that you need to detox yourself from these inauthentic people, inauthentic relationships, whatever this is. And that means for some of you, maybe meditating by a place of water, going into the ocean if you live by the ocean, taking a sea salt bath to detoxify, spending more time in nature, all right? But there's something here where maybe you have an affinity for water. Maybe you like boating or sailing or something like that. And maybe this the energy of the water, again, with purification, because there's a lot of water energy here, right? 7 of Cups with the Ace of Cups and the 10 of Cups. There's a lot of purification that needs to be completed here. All right. So, and some of you literally need to go by a body of water to help you with that. Sea salt baths are going to do the trick if you aren't by a body of water or it's too cold for you to be out there. I'm hearing somebody saying there's a frozen lake near me. Maybe there's a frozen lake near you. Maybe there's some sort of running stream that's by you that you can sit by, if that's possible, where I'm hearing you're going to get some additional divine guidance with how to handle the situation, whatever it is that you're dealing with. All right, I'll read the card, but that's what I was picking up there. And look what is at the bottom. Spend more time outdoors is what I was saying. They are like trees planted along the riverbank. Oh, no wonder I was talking about a river or a stream. Bearing fruit each season, their leaves never wither, and they prosper in all they do. Book of Psalm again, chapter 1, verse 3. Some of you really need to go out and connect more with nature. And Taurus, you are earth energy. So there's something about you where connecting more with nature is going to really help you with your situation. Also to bring more peace in your life and help you to be more in a more harmonious state. Because for some of you, your emotions are already running high, or there's a lot of drama surrounding you, or a lot of things going on. Maybe even with family. There could be some family issues here too. Maybe there's lack of peace in the family. Maybe there's family discord, and you kind of have to maybe get away from all of that. And this is going to help you. Spending more time outdoors, connecting with water is going to help you bring more balance into your life. Some of you need to get away from people or family members, siblings, maybe even. There's something going on in the home for some of you, and it's not, there's a lot of conflict there, and they just want you to walk away from it. I'm hearing somebody here needs to spend a lot more time outdoors, probably once every single day, to get away with what's going on in this situation, whether it's family or not. All right. They want me to look at the top of the deck. Look, walk away from illusions and towards truth. Show me the right path, O Lord. Point out the road for me to follow. Another book of Psalm, chapter 25, verse 4. This is all about the book of Psalms here. So maybe that's really significant for you guys to look up these Bible verses. We were talking about this. Walk away from illusions and toward the truth. I'm going to read from the book. Let's see what connecting with living water says. See, that's why I kept hearing again. Somebody here has Pisces in their chart. There is a deep sense of peace when we are next to a large body of water like the sea. Scientifically, it has been shown that negative ions are present, which have a positive effect on our well-being. Jesus said that he would give us living water to quench our thirst. Just as God's Spirit refreshes us, so too do the physical waters. Sometimes it's good to clear our thoughts and feelings, and a great way to do this is by visiting the sea. After all, water is connected to emotions. Contemplating by the water and being fully present helps us relax and focus on the messages and guidance that God is sending us. Have you become overwhelmed by emotions recently? Yep, that's what I was feeling. If so, it might be a good idea for you to go to a beach or a lake. Watching a video of the waves or listening to a recording of ocean sounds can also be helpful. A sea salt bath is another wonderful way to relax and open your heart to a healing conversation with the Holy Spirit. Let's do spend more time outdoors, even though we pretty much know what that talks about, but they want me to read it anyway. In a world full of technology, it's easy to become engrossed in front of a screen, be it a computer, television, or a mobile device. In this modern age, it's easy to sit inside and forget that we need contact with nature in order to balance our lives. Oh, that would explain the Page of Swords. Maybe some of you are doing too much, engaging too much in social media, or the internet, or YouTube, or tarot readings, or Netflix. That's coming out of nowhere. As a child, did you prefer nature or technology? Perhaps you had a childhood fondness for a special tree. Do you remember playing in tree houses or on rope swings and sheltering yourself from the rain beneath the nearest branches? Trees help us slow down and enjoy the moment. Just by being next to them, trees can help us feel rejuvenated and re-energized. God made plants with a gift to help us. They provide oxygen so we can breathe the fresh air essential for life. Find a tree that you love and spend time there in quiet contemplation. You will immediately feel uplifted by its gentle and patient presence. Childlike energy, I talked about being more playful, right? Let's see what this new moon in Aquarius is bringing you. Spirit guides, angels, galactic family, Pleiadian Sirians. What is the new moon in Aquarius bringing Taurus? Please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. I know for me, Taurus, when I started connecting more with nature, wow, was it I underwent some serious healing by doing that. And on top of that, God, you spoke to me a lot more. Oh my gosh, Taurus, while I was out in nature. Okay, They got a lot for you. Bottom of the deck is assess the situation, the full moon in Virgo. We do have the Hermit there. Look, it's you, Pisces, the full moon in Pisces. Forgive. Maybe that's what might be blocking you. The new moon in Leo, shine. New moon in Scorpio, see all this water energy, go deeper. Somebody's laughing at that. Last quarter moon in Virgo, there's Virgo energy again, attend to the details. Some of you are afraid to do some introspection, to face reality, to face the truth. Last quarter moon in Gemini, clear your mind. All right, even though we have a whole bunch of cards here, they want me to read them, so let's do the last quarter. Moon in Gemini. If I can get there. Okay, fretting is a sweet-sounding word for feeling anxious. Drawing this card suggests that you or someone close to you is fretting. As you already know, this won't help you move closer to your goals, as it means you're directing thoughts and energy into what you don't want rather than what you do want. Deliberately manifesting a goal comes from a happy place where you feel good, so focus on making a list of your concerns and then talk them through to clear your mind. This is far more likely to bring good results. While racing thoughts can be problematic, getting stuck in repetitive thought patterns isn't any good either. Find a balance here. Getting into a negative rut messes badly with your manifesting abilities. Turn that frown upside down. Your manifestation affirmation is, loving others flows naturally when I love and accept myself. The self-love, right? Last quarter moon in Virgo. Attend to the details. It would be lovely to think that manifesting means just snapping your fingers and magically making everything better. However, there's more to it than that. Past worries, mean comments, self-doubt, and fears need to be dealt with before you can start to feel good. A tedious task may need to be taken care of before you can move forwards and make the magic happen. Worries slow down your ability to make magic, so attend to the details, then you can have fun. Who doesn't want to just throw it all in and go on an adventure around the world, but who pays the bills? Sometimes you have to do all the boring stuff first before you allow yourself the time you need to roam and enjoy. Clear tasks away. Your manifestation affirmation is, I am guided and protected by the divine. The sun card energy there. New moon in Scorpio. Go deeper. You're regaining control of a situation that cut deep. You're moving through your fears and can now see where this issue has come from. Now isn't the time to gloss over the facts. Rather, it's time for you to face your darkest concerns and go deeper. Your situation may need to crumble before it can be renewed. Magic's called for. It's crucial to stay strong now. Sexually, it's time to reach for true communion with your partner. Financially, this is a blessed time to work with someone on a joint venture. It's time to release a grudge. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to sex, money, or an obsession you've been grappling with. Know that you're magic. Clear out negativity to supercharge your manifesting powers. Your manifestation affirmation is, life goes in cycles and my life is now regenerating. Renewal, rejuvenation, the Ace of Cups, right? Oh, let's look at the new moon in Leo. Shine. A new day is dawning. You're moving from darker times to light and are well on your way to your desired outcome. Be proud of who you are. Your self-confidence has gotten you this far, so keep on believing in yourself. Sometimes we have to fake it until we make it, and that's okay too. You're on the right track and the future is bright. In relationships, carry yourself with respect and others will respect you. Whatever challenges you're facing, consider taking a more creative approach. This card is an especially good sign for matters related to romance, creativity, children, your own or someone else's, or a situation requiring confidence. Love yourself and step into center stage. Be generous with others, but also be a little bit selfish if you need to be. Your manifestation affirmation is, I am magnificent. I love me. The last card is one of the toughest things people have. It's one of the toughest things people. I can't even get it right. People have a hard time doing this. Let's put it that way. The full moon in Pisces, forgive. Be careful that you're not coming at your current situation with your mind made up. This card is a reminder that life is an unfolding mystery and you need to go with it. Instead of trying too hard to tick every box for your dreams to come true, fall into the dreams a little. It could well be that what's blocking your current manifestation is that you haven't forgiven yourself or someone else for something that happened in the past. To boost your manifesting powers, forgive yourself and anyone else who needs forgiveness. Strike a balance between all your duties and what you need to do for inner peace. Hanging on to anger is unhelpful and can be toxic. Move on and forgive, even if you don't forget. This is your way to a brighter future. Your manifestation affirmation is, I forgive everyone who needs it in my life. It is done. This is what ultimately brings us peace, guys. All right, let's see what, and it's for you, it's not for them, and it doesn't mean they win either. All right, okay, let's see what's going on with your love situation. What is going on with love for Taurus? Spirit guides and angels, galactic family, Pleiadians, Syrians, please and thank you. Thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, your support, and your clarity. Did another card come out? Hold on, Taurus. I want to make sure another card came out. One did, actually, it's already on the altar here, but no, that was it. Wow. The Phoenix. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. So either you or your person, Taurus, this is about moving to the next phase of a connection, again, with this conflict of resolution. Somebody needs to rekindle something, renew something. We talked about renewal, rejuvenation. We saw the Star card. We have the Sun card here and the Ace of Cups. Somebody changed their mind about this connection. Like I was saying, they really see the truth, or they're going to see the truth eventually. And they know that they need to speak their truth, or it's you, Taurus, that needs to speak your truth and confess your love to someone, to tell them everything that's gone on and all this other stuff. Again, it's being vulnerable and expressing your emotions. It's pouring your heart to somebody. This is moving this connection to a completely different phase here. Again, it's moving to the phase of 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles and Ace of Cups here. Long-term relationship, marriage even, because the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles is about marriage. A new beginning in love here, okay? This connection is being resurrected, is what I'm being told. For others of you, this is about moving to the next phase of you going through your self-transformation and understanding that you need to love yourself first before you can love others, and being honest with yourself and living in your truth. And look what's at the bottom of the deck. This is all about truth, you guys. This sword and the rose. Clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. For some of you where this is, you know, coming into union and stuff like that, the relationship's moving to that next phase. This truth, this clarity, like I said, with the energy of the sun, it's going to move this connection forward. Okay, you guys are now going to continue to grow together and heal together. Again, it's being resurrected. Others of you, it's all about your truth, being in your truth and loving yourself and forgiving yourself and others. Some of you, you know you need to do this and you're having a hard time with facing that truth, that reality. All right. Okay, Pisces, if you would like a personal reading with me, feel free to check out the description box below for information on how to do that, or hop on over to capellawellness.com. If you are interested in joining my Capella crew, my Capella family, I do have a mobile app that is private, but it's completely free. I do free daily readings there, affirmations of the day. I engage with all of my members there. I do have some member perks for those who join my community. And it's all to really help empower us and to help us to grow, learn, and evolve together and to support each other, right? And again, I do daily readings there. Everything is free. The whole app is free. You if you sign up on my website at capellawellness.com, there's also a link to that description box. You will get an email with the private link, and you will get access to that. You will join the communities, and you will engage with me more. You can meet other people of your soul tribe. And I do give additional information and guidance to those directly without having to do a personal reading. At times, I do give discounts for those who join my family there. All right. And again, it's a very safe, sacred space for us to commune and to help us with our spiritual growth. Again, you can find that information in the description box below. I also have links to donations. My guides wanted me to put them there to have the whole equal give and take thing go on. If you feel drawn to support this channel and to support the work that I do, by all means, feel free to make a donation. If you do so, I want to thank you in advance for your generosity and your kindness, and I pray that your donation is returned to you tenfold. All right, Taurus, that concludes your weekly reading. Thank you so very much for watching this video, for subscribing to this channel if you haven't already, and for illuminating that thumbs up button. I would greatly appreciate it. I wish you the best today and always. I send you so much love, and I hope I illuminated your well-being today. Again, this is Jess from Capella Wellness, starring out.